earlier today affirmed the debate format in which the two leading candidates will debate by themselves as the six others have a separate debate. The first debate has now been postponed to the 24th of July. The organizers say this will give them room to engage the campaign teams on this format, and Chris Thairu has the details.
It was a sigh of relief for the organizers of the second presidential debate in the country after the High Court on Friday dismissed a case filed by Alliance for Real Change presidential candidate Mohamed Abdubadida, seeking to temporarily stop the debate until the format is addressed.
In view of my analysis of the law, the facts and authorities enumerated above, and having fully considered the submissions made by the advocates for both the parties in this case, I find that this petition has no merits and the relief sought are unwarranted. I am not satisfied that the petition has proved his case to the required standard. Consequently, I dismiss this petition with the cost to the first respondent.
While delivering the ruling, Judge John Mativo argued that the petitioner had failed to show the courts that the guidelines set for the presidential debate limits his rights as a presidential candidate.
There is no sufficient evidence to show that it imposed or had the effect of imposing burdens, obligations, or disadvantage on the petitioner or group of persons.
Dida had argued that in the interest of justice, the entire presidential candidates be accorded the same status as provided by the law when outlining their visions for the country, rather than treating him as a second-class presidential candidate. Debates Media Limited, the organizers of the debate, welcomed the ruling. In a statement by the chairman, Wachira Waroro, the first presidential debate, which was to be held on Monday, the 10th, has now been moved to the 24th of July. The running mates debate, which was slated for the 17th of July, will progress as scheduled. This is to give more time for engagement between the organizers and various campaign teams to set up briefing sessions on the debate's format and other logistical details. The changes come after the two main contenders, President Uhuru Kenyatta and NASA presidential candidate Raila Odinga, opted out of the debate on grounds that they had not been adequately informed and that the format was wanting.
If we're going to engage 8 candidates in a 1.5-hour show or program, you're talking about 10 minutes per candidate. So you're telling me that the president would start for another 70 so that the other 8 or 7 can have their 10 minutes on air. Surely, that is not fair.
However, Raila's campaign team has indicated that they are ready for a debate pitting just him and President Uhuru Kenyatta. The initial plan was to have candidates who scored less than 5% popularity in the national opinion polls debate among themselves, while the second part will be candidates who have polled more than 5% popularity. Chris Thairu, KTN News.
All right, so let's get back to our top story this evening. And like I mentioned before, 3 judges have in the last